So are you excited about oh god, Scarlet and oh my god, what's the other game for the new Pokemon?
Yeah, Scarlet and Violet or something like that. Or
Yeah,
yeah, I'll play it. Like because I want to kind of give it another shot, but I know it's gonna be kind of like the same. I'm just hoping that I get a chance to actually do a lot of the other experiment stuff. Because Sword and Shield, I really didn't get into it. Like I didn't really get into like the Gimax, whatever, and that stuff. And
right.
I was playing Pokemon for a long time. Like
Yeah,
I played it. Like I own both. Like and I not for like Sword and Shield, but I had always owned both copies of the game. And now it's like, mm, yeah,
just
because
one.
because it's like once you in this Gotcha's game, which is the problem because like those games don't stop, and I don't have to do a lot of it. I just need to
Yeah,
do enough to where the streak doesn't die. But that takes up a lot of my attention sometimes, where I'm like, oh, there's Guild Wars, there's all this other stuff that's happening. Like my attention is directly just into that. So it's really hard when like a game that's like I can go back to it whenever I want doesn't have that same urgency.
yeah. I try and stay away from gacha games because I can get an addictive personality thing. So when it comes to those type of games, I see myself losing like a lot of stuff into it. Like especially with Genshin Impact, when it first came out, I was like, I'm gonna try it out. So I downloaded it for PC, and then I started playing. I was like, oh, this is really good. I was like, oh, this is good, and I was like, oh, I need that character. Oh, I want that character, and I was like, oh, no, no. I need to stop myself because I'm gonna end up wasting too much money on.
Yeah, I stopped Genshin Impact pretty early because I was like, oh, like I like the game, but I wasn't like in it. But I know how I am because I used to not really play like MMORPGs or anything like that because I wanted a story. I wanted something to happen. I don't want the story to be background a lot of times.
Right.
And I guess for me, Gacha was like in that middle ground. Like when I first played Dragalia Lost, and it was like, oh, the little cutscene. I get to change into a dragon, you hero collector. Like I was getting into it. I wasn't really spending any money because I was like, oh, I don't really want to spend any money. But I was really getting into it. And when you start playing like the story and all that, and it was like, oh, okay, cool. But it kind of falls into like the same trap, right? It's just like, oh, okay, well, yeah, it's a time sink. A lot of the stuff that they got you with at the very beginning, which is like a pet peeve of mine, where it's like there's cutscenes, there may be some English
Yeah.
voice acting, and then as the game progress, all that stuff just disappear. Like, oh, we already got you. Why do we need to? We'll pay voice acting for attack moves, but we don't need to sell you a story, like, or we don't need to
No,
do a
we
movie
got you
for
in. We
you.
got your
'Cause
money.
and that's why I don't really play a lot of new gotcha games. I think like Epic Seven right now is the only game gotcha game that I play right now outside of just finishing Dragali Lost because Dragali Lost is actually end of service or starting to be end of service. So like if Epic Seven dies, then I probably won't get into gotcha games after that because I know how much time gotcha games has taken from me. Like
Oh
I know
yeah.
like half the reason why I don't play a lot of other games because I have to play them around Epic Seven sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, because I could be at work and I can have Epic Seven play itself, right? Like I can't have Pokemon go grind levels for me,
Right.
and so like those two things are not together, and you just have to kind of you realize that, right? It's like, oh, like one of these things is like actually has a repeat mode, and you see a lot of new gotcha games where that's what they're selling. Oh, like this game literally plays itself. It's an idle game. You tap tap tap, and then you just let it do its thing and it'll upload and all that. You don't have to worry about it. And it's like they sell you that, and because they know that's such an important hook to get people on,
Gotcha.
and that's why like I just told myself no, like I see a lot of these other gotcha games that are close. Like I found one that was like an actual mech one that was kind of like battle royale kind of mech one, and I was like, that's dangerous. So maybe put that away. But I think one thing a lot of these other newer gotcha games do that I don't like is like chibi characters. Like there's no point in having a
Yeah.
2D detailed character, and then the character that's actually in game is this small, and all that detail
With
is
the
gone.
giant head.
Yeah, all that detail is gone. Like all that effort that you paid for, it disappeared, just gone forever. And so I was just
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. That's dumb. So that kind of what helps me stop not getting into anything in, like definitely like Fate and all that. Like definitely Fate has ruined people's lives, and I don't want to be
Yeah.
one of those people. Epic 7 I think is gonna be my cap, and after that, Epic 7 dies, so does Gacha games for me. At least right now. I gotta have room for other games. I do own a PS5 and an Xbox Series X. They need time.
They need something to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like I hardly ever touch my. I almost never touch my Switch. I'm either just on my PC or on my Xbox Series X, and that's it.
Shit, I didn't even bring up Switch in that whole analogy. Like it's just, and then the thing is, like, I wanted to play Xenoblade.